Like many of the largest cities in the US, Dallas comes with a plethora of higher education options. In total, there are more than 3 dozen institutions of higher education to pick from in the immediate area.
One of these sits on a quaint, serene little campus on the south side of Dallas, and that's this place, Paul Quinn College.
Paul Quinn College wasn't always located here on this campus. It actually started down in Austin back in 1872 in the basement of the Metropolitan AME Church. It was originally named the Connectional School for the Education of Negro Youth. Then it was renamed Waco College when it moved to the city 5 years later. The school changed its name to Paul Quinn College in 1980. Paul Quinn College wasn't even the first HBCU to land in this spot.
That was actually Bishop College, which opened its doors in Marshall, Texas, back in 1881. After receiving a grant in 1961, it was encouraged to relocate to the Dallas campus.
Why was Bishop College recruited here to Dallas? It's because in the times of integration, it still wasn't integrated. Welcome to Dallas, I guess. And the fact of the matter is, if you look at Paul Quinn, now then Bishop College, you look at the Avenue of the Roses and other things, you think of SMU. And you think of SMU, you look at Bishop College, and basically it was kind of creating the Black SMU, for a better way of speaking of it, for African Americans to minimize the opportunities or need for any of them to integrate into SMU. Our Bishop College alums come back every 2 years to participate and have their own individual reunion, but they're always welcome at Paul Quinn. We consider us being on the shoulders of not just Paul Quinn alums, but also Bishop alums. The legacy of HBCUs here in Dallas is intertwined with each other. It's not just one thing.
Bishop College was a successful school in just about every aspect, except building an endowment. As a result, it closed its doors in 1988. The campus sat empty for 2 years until Paul Quinn College moved up the road from Waco to take over the grounds in 1990. PQC has always been a smaller college, and like Bishop's College before it, it faced heavy financial challenges.
After only a little more than a decade in its new home, Paul Quinn College was also facing the very real possibility of having to shut its doors too.
That's when Dr. Michael Sorrell, who had been a member of the Board of Trustees, took the reins of the school. He had been an attorney, a special assistant in the executive office of the U.S. President, and a public affairs consultant. In 2007, he found himself taking on the daunting task of keeping Dallas's HBCU afloat.
When I arrived on March 27, 2007, I was greeted by a campus that had 15 abandoned buildings. In fact, the entire front of the campus was abandoned buildings. We had 30 days of cash on hand. We were told that we had 18 months to 24 months to even continue in existence unless we made dramatic changes. Paul Quinn College at that point in time was a school that had serious hurdles to overcome if it wanted a place in the future.
There were serious cutbacks that had to be made. One of the most notable to the wider community was the disbanding of the school's football team, which had a 1924 Black College National Championship under its belt. Less noticeable to the outside world was a myriad of changes internally and a new direction and outlook.
In order to transform the institution, we took a very proactive and aggressive response or approach. We decided that everything matters, but the root of all changes had to begin on the fiscal side of the house. We absolutely were an institution of higher education, but we were in the business of higher education. So we took an assessment of what did we think we could be great at internally, that which we could not be great we outsourced. We began to think of ourselves as from the standpoint of what do we need to do to become one of America's great small colleges. And great small colleges have a cause. They have a reason for being. Our reason for being was that we were going to fight the fights that the communities we served needed fight. And those, at the root of all of them, those were about poverty. So we just understood very, very, at a very basic level, that we needed to solve problems and that we needed to be honest about things and upfront, transparent, be approachable, and not pretend that we knew everything. We decided that we were going to be more in love with our students than in our traditions and never be afraid to innovate and to evolve. And that's what we've done.
The evolution of Paul Quinn College in the subsequent years has not gone unnoticed. Adopting the motto, "We over me," the school began making changes to correct course. It became the creator of the urban work college model and began the Village program, whereby Pell Grant recipients with a 3.0 GPA to select 2 family members to enroll with them. From the brink of disaster, Paul Quinn College has come roaring back and was even selected the first HBCU of the year by HBCU Digest. While the football team has gone, sports has remained, and a new basketball court was recently unveiled. The school has even expanded to field a soccer team.
It has been a long and sometimes tough road from 2007 to now, but things are looking up these days.
We've got over 500 students on campus, and it's still simply the core transformational thing. We want to eradicate poverty. We want to train young people of color in particular, but every underserved, under-resourced kind of state in this opportunity to access what can be transformative change for them is by creating opportunities through our corporate work program, which is why I'm continually working to increase those opportunities so our students can not only have access, but they can also just see and envision how different their lives could be if they had that opportunity. Because in the end, HBCUs have always been here to do really, truly one thing, to make students feel valued, important, and well prepared for the world they're going to encounter. Then that's why I think it's so critical to HBCU and why we're delighted to be here. And I call the southern sector of Dallas the home of Paul Quinn College.
The wider community has taken notice of what's going on at Paul Quinn College. Corporate partners are pitching in, new buildings have been constructed, students are graduating with less than $10,000 in debt and are moving on to become productive members of the community. And in 2004, someone out there was impressed enough by PQC to present the college with an anonymous gift of $20 million.
Paul Quinn remains a small school in comparison, but it's our only HBCU in Dallas. So for the Black community, this is hallowed ground.